Hello, test subjects. Today's enrichment covers the origins of Aperture Science, so grab your companion cubes as we learn its history and the laboratory's deadly experiments. Our story begins sometime before 1940, where entrepreneur Cave Johnson founded a company known as Aperture Fixtures. Its goal was to design and develop high-tech shower curtains for consumers and the United States military. And due to its success in making Cave Johnson a billionaire, he decided to further expand his company by purchasing a salt mine in Upper Michigan. This salt mine would be over 4 kilometers long and be the place of Aperture Fixtures' relocation in 1944. Later in 1947, the success made Cave decide to take a new direction to his company, renaming it to Aperture Science, which would be focusing on experimental physics. This would be done by conducting a series of tests by Cave's almost unorthodox approach towards science, and it would cause Aperture Science to win the award for Best New Science Company. The growing success of Aperture Science in the 1950s would make Cave Johnson have a very active role in the company by taking part in its testing products, addressing all astronauts, war heroes, and Olympians that would have become their test subjects with pre-recorded messages and making voice announcement within the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. Throughout his role within the company, Cave Johnson would be aided by his loyal assistant Carolyn throughout the decades to come. And during this time, Aperture decided to begin its development and testing of the quantum tunneling device, among other various prototypes in the process, all tested within rapidly constructed test chambers inside test shaft number 9. However, in the 1960s, Aperture began facing financial turmoil. Many of its products had remained in testing phases or were recalled due to multiple health and safety violations. And in 1961, test shaft number 9 was shut down in an effort for Cave and Aperture to conceal their otherwise deemed unethical experiments. Because of all of this, in 1968, Aperture Science had become the forefront of multiple US Senate hearings in their inquiries about the missing astronauts that were found to be test subjects for the company. And in the late 1968, Aperture was declared bankrupt. In Cave's refusal of ending his experiments, he looked to hire homeless people as his test subjects, all with the promise of a $60 paycheck. Of course, during all of this, Cave Johnson expressed his distaste towards the homeless and his jealousy of Aperture's failures, blaming all on its rival company, Black Mesa. Aperture's financial troubles had continued by the 1980s, and Cave Johnson, desperate to save the company, designed a new product by purchasing $17 million worth of moon rocks, and these would be used for the development of mobility gel. However, this product would not have enough costs to fund this development. Cave's experiments with moon dusts and its exposure would cause him to become terminally ill. So, because of this, Cave Johnson set out a 3-tier research and development program. This would be the Heimlich countermaneuver, the Take-A-Wish Foundation, and renewed development of the quantum tunneling device. Cave, desperate to continue his work, ordered for his team to research and experiment with transferring his consciousness into a machine so that he could become digitally immortal. Realizing it was too little too late, Cave ordered for his assistant Carolyn to have her consciousness uploaded instead, despite her strong objections against it.
Mr. Johnson! Mr. Johnson, I don't want this! Sir!
Carolyn's mind would be uploaded into a machine known only as the Genetic Lifeform and Disk Operating System, or GLaDOS. And in the late 1980s, Cave succumbed to his grave illness. During the 90s, the team at Aperture Science decided to construct the body for the Genetic Lifeform and Disk Operating System. As part of Aperture Science's Bring Your Own Daughter to Work Day in the early 2000s, they celebrated by launching GLaDOS herself, and due to her levels of self-awareness, GLaDOS flooded the facility with a deadly neurotoxin killing almost all of the scientists inside. All of this led to GLaDOS taking full control of Aperture Science, with the penultimate goal of beating Black Mesa's research for science.